Hi, my dear friends. I'm standing before you to talk about the importance of creativity. What is creativity? There is a famous poem, Road Not Taken, from Robert Frost, the American poet. It's about the poet. He's a traveler and he is walking through the woods in a jungle, and suddenly the road he travels through is diverged into two. So he stands there and thinks about it a bit, and he looks at the road again and he sees that both of them are almost alike. But after a few moments, he realized that the first road only most of the people took the first road, while in the second road only a few people traveled. So he decided to travel through the second road because he wanted to travel through the road that most of the people ignored. So I think that is what creativity is, thinking differently. And I would suggest you to always think differently, to not study everything the way you are taught, but to add something new to it, to make a touch, give a little touch of your own, to make it something your own. That is creativity. So what how important is creativity? I believe creativity is really important in almost every aspect of life, I would say. Not only painters, not only artists, not only singers, but uh, even some CEOs also recommend that creativity is the most important thing to have during a job, because creative peoples are the innovators of this generation. They are what create something new. I would like to tell you a story about a friend of mine. This friend, he was really talented, he was really creative, but when I met him a few days ago, it was a really sad moment because he lost the will. His life was miserable. He didn't have the spark, he didn't have the creativity. What happened was that his parents forced him to study. They said to him, go on to different classes and study different lessons. They took him to IAS coaching, other entrance coaching classes. So there was nothing for interesting in him. Just like Albert Einstein said that creativity is just intelligence having fun. So there was no fun in his learning. There was no fun in his method. So he lost his way of life. His life became colorless. So, what is it that we need to do to become creative? Picasso once said that if you leave a little bit of space in the corners of your mind, creativity will fill it. That's the greatest quality a creative person has. Their mind is limitless. They always have space in their mind. So, you should always be relaxed and always keep space in your mind, because you can be creative. You should always be cool, you should not be afraid, then only you can be creative. So my what I need to say next is to the parents for forcing their children. I'm not blaming you, I'm just giving you an advice. I know what you want is the secure future for your children, but if trying to find the secure future for your children, you're actually ruining their future. You are actually ruining their life. Khalil Gibran said to you that you may give your children love, but you may never give your children your thoughts, for they have a thought of their own. You may try to be like them, but strive not to make them like you, because they have their own thoughts, they have their own dreams, they have their own ambition, they have their own life. So, give your children freedom, and creativity will, will be their greatest quality. And I believe creativity is what we need the most in this world, and it is really important for children. So, I am saying to you, be creative. Help your friends be creative. Be creative. Thank you.